Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer and to a new challenge. I've just completed Prestige for the 9th time. Therefore, my walls are bare. But that's okay, because we're doing the Bare Knuckle Boxer Challenge. It's been a couple of years since I attempted this challenge. We're going back into it with a lot more game knowledge. And it's a fairly simple one, so it won't take long to go through the rules. But they are threefold. Rule number 1. We don't bring any items into a level. That's the bare knuckle part of it. Rules 2 and 3 are more to do with ensuring a bit of variety in the runs. We can only do sick games, so we don't get to pick our favourite maps or anything like that. We just have to do what the game throws at us. And we have to complete at least one objective on every level. So we are going to have to do things that are more interesting than just run up to people, crunch them and then run away again. And of course, I will always try and do as many objectives as I can because that's just how I like to play. So let's roll. We start a new campaign and we do 6 games and we get Berlin, Colorado and Miami. Very well. Not the 3 levels I would generally want if I was starting a new campaign and trying to build up my inventory. But if you are new to the game and you want to learn how to build up your inventory, then hopefully I can offer you some sort of guidance in that regard. So Colorado, or possibly the Carpathian Mountains, thanks to Freelancer Variations, has Eliminate Guards, SMG, Perfect Shooter, Headshot Kills only. SMG and Perfect Shooter often don't go together. But that's what we're looking at, and I think we'll start with that level. Now, Melee Kill Epic is out of the window. Maybe I should actually consider Prestige before I select a level, because there might be some levels where we can pick up an epic melee weapon, like Scale, for example. Time to Get Disguises or Collateral Firearms. Collateral Firearms, again, not the best when it comes to SMGs. Not impossible, but not the best. So I think it's going to be Time to Get Disguises. And we want disguises on Colorado, so let's go with that. And that's it. There's no gear to pick up, so let's head on out and see how level 1 plays out. It is in fact Colorado. We don't have lockpicks, obviously. So, what are we going to do? We can get an apricot. That's a good start. Now, maybe we lure one of these gentlemen around the corner with that apricot. He's going to not quite come far enough for a corner to grab. But that's okay, because when he turns around, we'll have time to get him before he gets back round the corner.
Nothing here, all good.
Does anyone have an SMG on this level? I hope so. Because that is an assault rifle. And that's not terribly helpful. Our target is upstairs. So they're on the roof. They're in one of the few upstairs spots on the level. Now this guy doesn't recognise me. Despite the fact I was just someone else entirely a moment ago.
Back.
So headshot kills only. I mean, we could potentially choke people out and avoid the headshot kills only side of things. Might be nice to have a second outfit available to us, just in case things go wrong. Who's that going to lure in? There we go. Okay, it's not the limping man. It's just a Spec Ops guy with an assault rifle.
Don't you dare mess up this goddamn day more than it already is.
So let's knock him out. Let's chuck him out the window as well. Cool, now Point Man's coming in too. Does he recognise us if we're in this outfit? Does it matter if he does? Because I think he's got... Okay, he doesn't recognise us. I think he's got an SMG. So let's take him down as well. HX-10. Yeah, that's a subby. So let's drop that one for now. Now we're in a position where we can do some fun stuff. Let's see what's going on up here. So there's our man. There's another man. Is anyone else around? I don't think so. So we could get 2 birds with 1 stone here. We could SMG this lad. Although we could also just crunch him. Cool. That's time to get disguises out of the way. So, we are now good. Now it's just a case of can we SMG 3 guards without anyone really noticing. One in here should be fine. People will hear the shot, I'm sure. We'll stop wasting water. Okay, there's Penelope wandering around. Nobody is going to notice this man, I don't think. Nothing else worth stealing in here, is there? That we can take back to base to start filling up our inventory. A small pumpkin. We'll take it. It's not coming back to base with us, but it might help to have distraction items. Don't think rat poison will help though. So, this man, Point Man, should we take his gear? Just to give us yet another disguise that we can return to if we have to. Okie doke. So that's a kill. Everyone's going to have a good panic about that, but that's okay. Oh, our man over here is not panicking. He's just chill. Potentially, we shoot our man over here. Can we do that? Can we get away with this? And there goes perfect shooter because the gun fired twice. That's kind of inevitable. Off we go. I could have gone back and picked up an assault rifle, but it's fine. So in a nutshell, that's how this works. We got 3 out of 4 challenges. You can get perfect shooter with SMGs if you focus on body shots, but because we had headshot kill only, wasn't an option. Even though we're not using tools from the freelancer box, I'm still going to pick from the middle first, like I normally would if I was just building up my collection. Because I think lockpick is one of the most important things you can get back. I'll start with the middle till I get lockpick, then I'll generally work on the right until I get dart guns. I might also just pop upstairs and make a poison syringe if I can, just to help fill up the box and reduce the odds of getting non-dart gun things on the right hand side. I can't remember if it's specified in the rules whether or not I can buy things from a supplier and then use them, or if that's not counted as finding something within the level. I think we'll say that we can't use things that we buy from suppliers. It's going to cost us some money here and there, just because potentially, for example, you could buy a gun and then use that to complete another objective. But yeah, we'll say that we can't use supplier gear. So we need another SMG on Berlin. Need to pacify guards unnoticed and poison a target. Alright then. Once again, I forgot to look at the prestige first. We've got open safe explosive. Does that help us? This time I'm not really worried about the prestige, just because I was planning on saving Miami for the showdown. But what else we got? I don't really want to try a silent assassin on Berlin, so yeah, change of plan. Berlin is the showdown. Miami is the next level. Can't do dart guns. probably can't do assault rifles just because none of the guards on the level will carry one. Miami's not like a super high security level, so I think we're limited to shotguns and subbies. But we do have the prestige that we can do, and we can do perfect shooter by not firing guns. Unless, of course, we do find an assault rifle. Now, as this is generally a more relaxed level than Colorado as well, I should probably be thinking, where can I get items that can come back to base with me? Because it would be nice to pick up as much gear as we can. Often when you're restarting, you can just get a couple of large guns, but sooner or later you run out of those. I know there's a baseball bat on this level, so that might be a good one to bring back. That would usually be high priority if I was using the gear, because it would open up the prestige, pacify target with a baseball bat. So let's head downstairs first of all, take out the cameras, take out some guards. This seems like a plan. Our target is H.E. Pennypacker, who is up in the control room. Our safe is... oh, our safe is right upstairs. Okay, so a security guard outfit won't be the most helpful thing in the world on this level. We'll need Kronstadt security, but that's cool. We can still take out the cameras and get some sort of outfit using the usual trick. Tonk. You can go in a cupboard. This guard is lucky that he lives next to a cupboard, because if he didn't, he would be getting murked every time I come to this level. That's cameras down. We don't have to pacify guards because that was one of the Berlin challenges, but we'll pacify that guy anyway for his key card. And did he drop a different type of gun, or did they both drop hackle? They both dropped hackle. I think that can come back to the safe house with us. So if there's any guards on this level that are going to carry assault rifles, it will be Kronstadt security. And we need to head up there for the safe, preferably with our fire extinguisher. Oh, but wait a moment. We can't do the usual, can we? Because we don't have a lockpick. Interesting. There's other ways up. We can climb up elevator shafts and things like that, I think. No one's really paying much attention to that woman, so we could knock her out. That lead pipe won't come back to base with us. Nothing in that room that will? No. So... yep, down you go. You've also got a key card. That's cool. And then, how high can we go? All the way up to here. Which means we can do the usual climbing thing. Out there. And pop out. It's a good silent assassin route this is. And let's see, one of the guards has gone outside, the other one is just sort of chilling. Oh.
Okay.
That could have gone badly for us, but maybe we'll get away with it. Depends which way he wants to go, I guess, although we've got a lead pipe. So instead of hesitating, we will knock them both out. And that might be a different type of hackle, which may also come back to base with us. That shotgun can come back. So we are now allowed to roam about up here. This means we can go back downstairs and get our fire extinguisher. No harm in crunching a guard or two. Where'd the other one go? There he is. He's hiding under the desk in his dark suit. So we could shuffle around up here and look for a... there might be enforcers though. That's the point. Yeah, we could look for an explosive on the top floor, but we know full well where one is. So I think trying to bring that one up would be the best bet. But yeah, we may run into enforcers. We've got key cards that will let us get access to the stairs. So we'll just come up those stairs and see what happens. I'm thinking we'll get up to the second floor from the top without too much trouble. Yeah, we'll get up here without any enforcers. But then maybe to get up to the floor where Robert Knox hangs out, there is an enforcer for this suit.
I'm hearing rumors
on the stairs.
Apparently, Knox.
Hello, HR? Yes,
There's another way up,
Wheeler down at the Bayside
but it
Center.
might require us to toss up the fire extinguisher, but maybe that's not a problem. What if we try this way?
From what I understand, Jim
You've got an
Perl's pretty
SMG.
lax
Yeah,
with
that
his
is not
Texas has a lot of money in the bank.
the assault rifle that we're looking
We have
for.
our winner.
Yeah, this flight of stairs is safe. Good. Anything of value in that room? No? So we can slip around here. That guy is an enforcer, but that's okay. Oh, perfect shooter is going to go out the window if we try and blow up the safe with this, isn't it? Because we can't shoot fire extinguishers. I've just remembered that in time. So that would require us to find another explosive somewhere on the level. And because I think I know where one is, we'll give it a try. So let's leave the fire extinguisher up here, in case our plans to do anything else fail. You sit there, friend. The new plan emerges. Yeah, this flight of stairs I was thinking of does have an enforcer on it, so we couldn't come that way. But that's fine. Nothing in that room that we want to rob. Down we go again. Oh, we've got a crate here as well. We're allowed to take things from crates and use them in the level. Nitroglycerin. That saves me a jog. Although the item I was going to get might be able to come back to base with us, so we might want to get said item anyway. But for now, we've got something that we can use, so let's go back upstairs. Okay, now it's time for the safe to go down, but also in this gym, there's a battle axe. Does that have rarity? No, it doesn't. Okay, so that can't come back to base with us. It's the saber that's on the wall, isn't it? Not the battle axe. Oh.
First assignment for Gromstack.
So, yeah, we'll just chuck that away. We don't need it. Now, we've got another room over here, which is nice. This is somewhere where we can stand while we throw our explosive, and it shouldn't kill us, because we're quite a long way away. Whee! Lovely. People are searching. We will rob the safe and then scuttle away. Nothing to do with us, Gov. And down we go. Nowhere near the scene of the crime now. So this outfit might be good for our target. It's a good outfit for just getting around and about. So maybe before we do too much else, we go and see old Pennypacker and get him dealt with. Because we don't want to blow the outfit. Because that would be most unfortunate if we did. There's other ways up to his room, I think. Race Marshal might do it. But I would like to keep this outfit intact if we can. And then there's a couple of other stops I want to make, plus the supplier. And then back to base. Alerted maps could be tricky with our lack of
There is still some
lockpicks, but hopefully they'll be on levels where we can get crowbars. That would be nice. Because yeah, this door is locked. We do have the event area key though, so in we go.
Oh boy, don't try that at home, people. See it?
And there's our man. So he came out here. That's good. That might allow us to take him down with a certain amount of subtlety. And he is the one who hears or perceives the fuse box, so that's great. So down you go, my man. A lot of people are going to get crunched on this challenge, just because of the lack of gear that we have available to us. It's just one of those things.
Sorry, I gotta pee. Can we pick this up later?
No, we can't. There will be no more peeing for you, my friend. Now, get in this box. Wonderful. So, 3 things left to do, I think. See the supplier who's out there. They're not far away from where I think there's a baseball bat to be had. And then I do have one other place I would like to visit to pick up a potential item. There's probably more items I'm missing. I could scour the entire level and try and find every item that can come back to base. But even if I was using the items that I was taking back, I wouldn't do that just because it's not very fun. I'll just grab the ones that aren't too difficult to get. So we'll wander into the security area. There's a pistol over there, but it's probably a hackle again. Oh, it's a Bartoli. Okay, that can come back with us. We've already got that shotgun. No.
Just to get this straight, you had no idea the device was in fact a bomb.
That's safe. We haven't got the combination.
As I mentioned before, they asked
Maybe we can't get into it
I thought
without
pyrotechnics.
a combination that we can't actually acquire
Interesting story.
on
Want to know what I think?
Freelancer. I think there might be a remote explosive in there that could come back to base with us. Who have we lured in there? Someone from outside. Okay. So I guess the purpose of that sink is to lure people in if you need an outfit.
Somebody brought their senile aunt or something? Who's leaving stuff like this?
I was wondering if we might lure in one of the guys from another room and therefore get a safe combination from them. Let's have a peek around. That might be it. Evidence locker
Security looking
combination.
hella tight today, keeping it real, what?
Good. So. What have we got? Oh no, it's just car bomb. So that isn't going back to base with us. But it might still come in handy. There is a possibility that we can still use that in our dark deeds. It's the first time I've noticed these pink footballs. It's weird. It's just that general everyday weirdness that you get when you see an item that's normally one colour, but nope, now it's a different colour. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I like pink. But I don't know about pink footballs. Okay, this crate has got nothing of use. But you can sometimes get things that can come home with you in crates. So it's always worth a look if you're not going 100 miles out your way to do so.
Need anything?
I need everything, my man.
Really?
So what would I buy if I was starting out? There's an assault rifle. But no, we've already agreed that we can't use suppliers to get our objectives done. I would buy the ice pick because kill target with an ice pick is a prestige that pops up. I would potentially buy a sniper rifle just because anytime you can smuggle one of those out of level in a briefcase, that's generally good. I wouldn't buy these guns because they can probably be picked up off guards somewhere. So let's buy that. And then I would buy the handyman wrench next because that's a middle briefcase item. And so it increases the chances of us getting a lockpick. And then I would accidentally press the wrong button to leave the shopkeep. So does our event area key allow us into this building? Seems not. No, we don't have a key for it.
Brian Broadcade! Wait till your break go into that.
And then that side, yeah. Not a lot we can do, except we bought a car bomb along. So let's just bob that on there. Lock picked. Sus guards everywhere, obviously. But a lock has been picked. Don't think there's anything worth grabbing over here, but that building is a little too hot to get into right now. So we may as well have a quick peek up here. Nah, nothing going on. But it shouldn't take too much longer for the guards to relax, because as with gunshots, if they hear an explosion, but then they don't find any bodies or any chaos, they generally just go about their business pretty quickly. Not sure who was investigating what sort of distraction there. Oh, did my explosion trigger that tap or something? It looked like a guard was walking over to that tap. Now, baseball bat. There we go. You can carry 3 things out of the level if you have a baseball bat and a briefcase. So that's why I picked up the sniper rifle, because it didn't impact our ability to also take the bat with us. And I would say that was a pretty successful mission. We're going to get 2 out of 4, which is the best we could really hope for. What's next from the briefcase? A remote flash. A very useless item indeed, but that's okay. Oh, Pacified Baseball Bat has showed up, so there you go. That's why it's good to get a baseball bat as soon as you can when you're restarting. Poison target is possible, maybe. Eliminate guards, SMG. Should be able to find an SMG on the level. Pacified guards unnoticed is definitely doable. Our target's dehydrated, so we can indeed poison our target. Time trial or neutralize a lookout should both be absolutely fine. The fact that we're trying to poison a dehydrated target does make me want to go for lookout though, because it might take a while to A, find a rat poison, B, identify our target, and then C, have them come back to their drink once we've poisoned it. 10 minutes for time trial is a good amount, but still, I don't want to risk that. We're looking for blonde hair and glasses with no hat. And all the jewellery. And we are in the club.
Head on in, but keep left. Upper lounge is VIPs only tonight.
Ah, so it's the drop. If the upper lounge is VIPs only. Our targets are outside the club, perhaps. Maybe I've just walked away from our targets. No, you've got a hat. You fit the bill. You've got red hair. So it might not take that long, actually, to find our target. There is one more, though, who's over in the chill out area. Now, what gear can I pick up on Berlin for free? I'll have to think about that. There's a crate there, so that could help. An oil canister. Go on, then. We do need an oil canister, because it's something that comes home with us. Now you also fit the bill, right? Yeah, there's usually 2 suspects that fit the appearance bill, and then you've got to watch them. Now he's drinking. That's a good sign. Oops. It wouldn't be subtle to poison his beverage. Maybe a club staff guy can do it? What else were we looking for? Smoker. I kind of wish I hadn't picked up this oil canister so early, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Also, I should have gone back and made an emetic syringe before I came onto this level in the safe house. But again, not a huge issue. That guy's just shocked by that table. Potentially we poison his drink or whatever, and then we just find out where he smokes and put down the oil canister. I think if we bring the oil canister back to base with us, it doesn't matter whether or not it's empty. It will still count as coming back, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I used the dang thing, because I try to avoid eco-crimes wherever possible. then there's not really much cause to use it or the water canister aside from eco crimes. So he's coming down to meet everyone else. If it is him, his drink's going to be fairly straightforward to poison, because yes, people will see us do it, but he'll potentially be a long way away because he's coming down here to meet some friends. Our other woman is going all the way down to the dance floor by the look of it. There should be lookouts around down here if this is the places that they're meeting on a regular basis. If we could take out an assassin as well, that would be nice, because that does allow you to get a silenced pistol without having to find one on one of the levels. And that white vest, you're an assassin, for sure. So this is our man. He's smoking now. He is absolutely the one we want. Where do we get poison? And if we get one of those outfits, can we poison a drink without getting into trouble? Oh, he's having a drink down here as well. So he can drink in 2 different places. I've never seen a target do that before. It's not to say they don't. I've just never ever seen it. Where's he going? He's going back that way somewhere. We've managed to sneak behind here. So we're into the private section. We've got another soda can. Is there going to be rat poison around? This bit's pretty quiet. Rusty crowbar could come in handy. I want to see if I can lure one of those club people into here. We've lured someone for sure. Ah, is it the woman though? We can't take her outfit. But it won't be the woman next time, because she'll be in a box. It might just be a customer though, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he was the only other person who heard that. I know you can lure people behind the counter and deal with them, but I'd rather lure them into this room, because I've been caught before luring people behind the counter. Also, one of the women at the bar said they were out of vodka. They're clearly not out of vodka. You're not close enough to somewhere where we can deal with you, so... Good. You come on in. She can sort of sit there, I think. I don't think our target is going to come in here. But I still haven't got a barman that I want. We could tamper with that screen projection, you see. And that gets someone's attention, but then I'm pretty sure I've been caught behind here before, but maybe now that we've knocked 3 people out already, that's not going to happen. Cool, we've got an outfit. That's a good start. We know where he drinks. We just need to find some rat poison. There's a lookout nearby. It's that guy. Let's come around this side. Oops. Ah, right, there's a couple of guards. So how are we going to deal with lookout without too much bother? We could screwdriver him, but he is a civilian. I'd rather not screwdriver civilians. Yeah, you go have a look at that. You have an accident. You fall down. Cool, we've got a second outfit, should we need it. I don't know which is going to be best for dealing with our lookout friend. Also, we'll just crunch that guy before I forget. I don't like leaving messes behind on freelancer levels, but I think it's okay. Where would we box this lad? If we're not going to kill him outright. There's a box. No one's going to see us dragging him, I don't think. Cool. So that's an objective complete. This is a good start. Now, poison. I've played Berlin a bunch. You'd think I would know where rat poison can be found, but apparently not. Staff areas and such. Probably a good bet. So staff only down here. Let's have a quick peek in this little bit. No, there's a fuse cell. That's no help. And then the room where supplier sometimes hangs out, but is not today. Screwdriver. Okay. Finally, we've got this little room down here, which might be of use. Oh no, it's a toilet. I thought this was a cleaning cupboard of some sort. I'm in the wrong place, I guess. Maybe that door? Why are these all locked? I don't see why the bike den would have anything. I don't think our man here would have anything. There's no logical reason why Pizza Dude would have anything on him.
No.
But he can go in the bin anyway. At the very least we've got a scooter key, which might help us leave the level. Now that door's also locked. Which is a shame, because behind there could also be an option. If we come around that way, we can't get in there because guards. And we're probably not allowed in that section. Okay, yeah, we're trespassing here. Scrap sword though. Entirely illegal, even for a security guard.
Okay.
Yeah, you go and have a look at that, my friend. Wasn't expecting that guy to come around the corner.
Oh god.
You think you're gonna, like, bleed out if I don't help you? Because I will. I just need to know what I'm getting into.
Okay, so that guy is a bit sus.
Oh shit, you are dead.
He's
Oh
dead.
my god. Is there anyone who can help? Please.
I could probably help, but I'm looking for rat poison.
Oh god, it's awful. I'm sorry. I think I found a dead body.
Kitchen knife, bag of sugar. These are all not helpful.
Don't just stand there. Do something. Hey, wake up.
So, yeah, we got enforcers in the bike den, of course. Okay, this area is getting a bit heated, so let's scuttle away for a minute. Go see supplier friend. I'm not sure if this gun that we've just picked up, this shotgun, is
You look like you might need something.
one we've already picked up. It might well be. So maybe we'll replace it in a bit with a with an assault rifle if we can. Machete. I'm sure we can get that somewhere. Mom spaghetti. We'll get that. Yeah, that all looks good. What else we got in here? Bartender. A locker that we could break open with our rusty crowbar. Oh, that just gives us a juice bar ticket. Okay. Frying pan. Not much else going on. Okay. more staff areas that we can investigate. So let's have a poke around. Oh, there's another baseball bat. And a staff area key. That's actually useful. So that's good. What about the drug dealer? Would he still be downstairs? We could try the dealer.
Excuse me?
We could also try this crate. Ooh, a messic gas grenade. That's an option. That'll do the job, in fact. Will it also cause our target to panic, though? Is it the end of the world if he does panic? Because we could just pop him in the head and then scuttle away. It's just a case of will we be seen throwing it as well? And if we're seen throwing it, is it the end of the world? What if we just drop it here? Will it pop?
Hey, oh, excuse me, sir. You dropped something.
Okay, it doesn't just pop. We'd have to toss it. Which means we need a quiet spot to toss it from where no one's looking at us. Probably. Now. Good. I don't think that panicked him. Ah, and I know where he's going as well. So that was actually an excellent spot to take him out. We can use our kitchen knife that we picked up. Block. Get in a box, chum. Lovely. Now we need to eliminate guards. Where's our oil canister? There it is. With an SMG. So let's see where we can get to with this outfit on. See if there's any enforcers in our way. And if we're free of enforcers, we'll look for an SMG in the biker den. You've got an assault rifle. I worry that we're not going to get an SMG just because it's all assault rifle and shotgun on this level. But we can still get 3 out of 4. So we've got Ralph and his chums in here. There's the key card. There's another baseball bat. Yeah, we're not finding an SMG, are we? Do I know what the code is for that? Would it help? I think the answer to both of those is no. We'll have a little smidgy sweep of the old biker den. At the very least we can get an assault rifle that we don't currently have, instead of this shotgun that we probably do have. Oh, a pistol. I was just going to say as well, there is a small chance that you get a new weapon out of those crates, but the one we got is not of any use to us because it's not an SMG.
Man, something ain't right down here. Stand by while I investigate.
Yeah, you've got the assault rifle we might require. You're coming around this side, that's useful. We like that. So, assault rifle picked up. Oil canister picked up. Just a little smidgy poke over here. Might be a sniper rifle. No, not in this version. Just a man with a shotgun. Oh, we didn't get pacifier unnoticed because we crunched him before it could be considered a pacification. So you can get pacified. Now it's 3 out of 4. And we've got a scooter not very far away that we can use to make our exit. You're not carrying anything. What weapon would you normally have? Just a pistol. Okay. Might be something that we need as well. So why not snag it? Just a quick look in here. There's stuff in here sometimes. Don't know if any of it's useful. No, it doesn't look like it.
Not my problem.
That's the motorcycle key for the other exit. But we've already got a smaller, lamer motorcycle waiting for us. Job well done, I feel. What's our prize? It is a common sniper rifle. Fine and dandy. And still no regular lockpick. But the wall is kind of coming along. We've got a shotgun, we've got an assault rifle, we've got an SMG. So if we did like arms trafficking or something, we would be able to do some of our objectives. We don't have a silenced pistol yet though. And that is one of the things you would like to get early when replenishing your wall. Either way, we're back on Sick Games. We're after Pluto this time. And we're back in Colorado, it seems. But we've also got Whistleton Creek. That is one of the locations where you can get a silenced pistol. So that's very good. Of course, Hawke's Bay / Hantu is the alerted map. That's the worst. We've got open safe explosives, so where could we go? And where would we want to do a showdown for that matter? Hawke's Bay does have a safe. Do we want to do that level today though? Or do we want to save an alerted for next week and instead maybe go to Chongqing? Assault rifle kill I think is possible. Nobody's found one disguise though. There's only one target. So one disguise might be alright. Collateral kill accident doesn't really fit with no bodies found. But using a loud assault rifle also doesn't. But we'll go Chongqing. And we will try and explode a safe while we're there. We do run the risk that target is in, say, the block and the safe is in the facility. But we'll give it a try. I feel like we're going to need the facility anyway for assault rifles. Safe is in the block. Okay. Target, however, is Sully Bowden, the Rage. How are we going to deal with him without bodies being found? With a loud assault rifle. Which outfit might we want? Because Block Guard would let us upstairs, but it won't let us into the facility. Do you guys have assault rifles? I'm guessing not. You're more sort of pistol boys. I think the facility would be required. And we can't get a facility guard outfit comfortably, can we? Because I'm thinking assault rifle is either one of the lower floors of the facility carried by a guard, or the security room near the bottom of the facility. Oh, is it splitter down there? That changes things. We are thoroughly trespassing in there. But maybe they're going to move on once their conversation's finished and we can get at least a little deeper. One of their outfits might allow us down. Have they got assault rifles? We've got nothing on our person right now. That's still nothing. I was kind of hoping for something we could throw to distract people. So we can get in there. Those lads do have assault rifles. And they have an outfit that would allow us to carry an assault rifle. So maybe we don't need the facility after all. I just need a throwable at this point. Just anything that I can chuck about the place to distract a guard and lure them. And then if we're going into the block, maybe a block guard outfit is useful. And maybe we get a block guard outfit before we worry about anything else. Okay, it's the other code. What was the other code again? Have I forgotten the code to get upstairs in Chongqing? Has it really been that long since I came here? God damn it, I've forgotten the code. I can't believe I've forgotten that code. I'll have to look it up at some point. But we don't know it now, so we'll find another way to where I want to be. It's probably a more sensible way anyway. We'll just go back in here. And we'll go upstairs. Is she alone in this room? She is. Do we need to be in this room? I don't think so. So no bodies found. Yeah, this is going to be our outfit. I don't think anyone should be using that stairwell at any stage. We can't unlock that door. We could unlock her door, but then does someone else join her in that room at some point? I'm not sure if there's a body dump in there. So she is in there. Maybe there's a body dump. Maybe she doesn't get joined by anyone.
Did I hear something? Oh.
We failed to throw something at her head. I don't think that's a problem. We'll just stand here. She will not really notice us. Bonk. Okay, she did kind of notice us. But that's cool. There is a body dump. And a couple of coins as well. I'm sure someone else joins her in this room. They don't seem to be here now, so maybe not. Maybe not on this version of the map. Or maybe just not at all. I'm just making stuff up. Either way, it seems like it's now a safe time to drag this man into a box. Where are we going to get an explosive? There should be fire extinguishers in the block, right? I'm thinking we blow up the safe first. Then we go and grab our assault rifle from those guards. Assuming we haven't found one up here, that is. Then we kill Sully. These doors are all open to us, that's great. But it's all quiet in here. Because it's the splitter, so... yeah, there's not many people around. Is there still a camera box down here, and is it unguarded? The answer seems to be yes. One lone guard on this floor. Rusty crowbar. Any extinguishers though? Or propanes. I'll take whatever. Oh, is it 0118? Is that the code that I'm forgetting? It might be 0118. At least I remember where there's a propane. That's a good start. I'm not a completely useless hitman. Now, there is a guard who's also an enforcer. So there are a few guards up here on Hush's floor. There's an enforcer guarding the safe itself, of course. Down he goes. Anywhere to hide him? Of course there is. There's that cupboard. I don't know if anyone's going to be in the vicinity and able to hear an explosion, but it cannot hurt to keep that man tucked away there. And we don't have perfect shooters, so we can definitely afford to take a shot at this propane. Okay, someone did hear that. Where are they going to come from? That's you. Nothing to report, friends. They've already given up. Amazing. That was the world's quickest nothing to report I've ever seen. So next step would be get an assault rifle. And I don't think block guards are going to help us with that. I think facility guards will be our friend. So, how best to get where we need to be? Not allowed up here. Surprised block guards aren't allowed on that roof. But that's fine. We are certainly allowed on this one. I'm also wondering how close we can get to Sully in this outfit. The answer's probably not that close. So, we're trespassing. Men with assault rifles lurk upstairs. Oh, that door's locked. But hey, we got a crowbar. They're both kind of in view. And they don't want to hear my coin. How best to deal with them? Oh wait, only one of them's looking this way. Throw a coin there. Maybe throw an iron there. They both hear that.
You heard it? Go see.
Yeah, you go see. Friendo turns around. You're now going to see the coin as well. Okay, maybe he hasn't seen the coin.
No idea what that could have been.
But he is close enough to now hear a second coin. Looks like he's also got silenced SMG, which is cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's seen coins. So down he goes. Looks like his friend is the one who's going to have what we need. Oh, pish! I automatically pressed T out of reflex and switched disguise. An absolute dolt. Oh, God. So annoyed at myself. We have got the HX7 Covert, which I think you can also get in Whit Creek. I'm pretty sure that's the Whit Creek one. That door is open, so we'll just close that. Maybe we'll just take you out that way. Pop you in a box. Right, so we're going to carry on with the block guard outfit, because despite my tomfoolery, this is the outfit that we want. Well, this is the outfit we've committed to. I could at this point kill a street guard and take their outfit, but no. Just because I messed up doesn't mean we get to change outfits willy-nilly.
You want to holster that?
Maybe? Am I allowed in here? I'm allowed in here, good. It's locked though. There's ways and means. We could just shoot it open. But we have other ways of getting in there.
Get the hell out of here.
Let's climb on up.
Sir, you shouldn't leave that here.
I'm not leaving that there. Don't you worry about it.
I got this flyer, and it says I can
There we
make a
go.
lot of
Let's see if I can avoid botching
No,
anything
they
else now.
only want people like
By
us.
popping in here.
Flyer says
Hey,
so.
pal. Put it
Hey.
in the holster.
No. My holster is full. Didn't know you were there. There's a lot of guards about. But there is a cupboard in here. Sully doesn't walk in this room though, maybe? I'm not sure. Either way, there's a cupboard in here and there's two guards out there. Okay, one of them's not even a guard. It's just a civvy, so I don't know why... Yeah, why are there civvies in here? Also, why can't I just bonk this guy in the head? That was odd. Unless I suddenly start pressing the wrong key, which is possible. No. Hello.
It's the bodyguard.
Okay. I wasn't expecting Sully to walk through that room. We've now got the attention of his guard. But if Sully walks through that room, that's great. Because we'll just lure away his guard like so.
Hey, would you mind? Could you check it out?
Yeah.
Then we close that door. Bodyguard goes down, good. Gets in the cupboard there. Cool, now we just need to wait for Sully to return. Which means we shouldn't be botching anything else. Although, there remains the issue of hiding bodies. Well, of no bodies being found, I should say. Because we need to use a loud assault rifle, don't we? Let's put you on the floor. Where did we leave that assault rifle? We just dropped it, didn't we? So it should just be right there. And yet I don't see it. That's kind of unfortunate. We needed that. Where did it go? Also, where am I dragging this man? Why is that guy down there? Suddenly question mark. Did my assault rifle fall through the floor? Is that man coming to look for it? Yeah, okay, my assault rifle fell through the floor. And that bodyguard has picked it up. Where's he taking it? Alright, so he's going upstairs. Is he coming up into the block somewhere? Let's see. So we've got this researcher. Down here we've got a bunch of guards. That's him, I think. He's just left it over here. Okay. We can live with that. Now, there's a researcher up here. We don't want her hearing gunshots. Is there somewhere up here where we've got like 2 rooms that we can lock people in? Not really, because there's another researcher. We don't want to have any more bodies than necessary hanging around. Because they all need to be hidden. There's only one man on this floor, right? Let's switch guns, just in case. And we'll drop that one, and hopefully it won't fall through the floor. This guard can go in this bin. This guard can also go in that bin. There's no other bins around, is there? No other guards around, but there's no other bins around. But there is a cupboard on the next floor up, I think. So we're going to take out the other guard who's on these stairs, and then we're going to drag them all the way upstairs.
Man, heard something weird. I'm gonna go check it out.
You go check it out, my man. It looks like we might be getting what could have been a perfect run if I hadn't just reflexively pressed T like an idiot. There's still time to botch it, of course, but we haven't done it yet. Shout out to No Bodies Found for being the worst thing in the world. Cool, so that's that guy in a cupboard. Now we just need to go downstairs, wait for Sully to come into that room, knock him out, drag him all the way up, assault rifle him, stick him in a cupboard before anyone notices. Job's a good one. I think we can safely leave the supply office today, given as they are hiding down in the facility. You don't need to visit them every map anyway, because some of the stuff they carry is going to cost you 2 or 3 levels worth of cash to get hold of. I'm also going to put a coin on the floor, just so that when Sully comes in, he doesn't immediately go to that door. He will walk across here instead, and that will give us ample time to give him an iron. Here he comes. Not the longest route in the world. He's not an enforcer, it's just his bodyguard who was, so that's great.
Wow.
It's a coin. You should go and pick it up. Psych. And off we go. Let's bump his head off 3 or 4 flights of stairs as we take him up to the cupboard that will be his final resting place. Excellent. Nobody in the immediate vicinity, it seems. So it's time for Sully to say goodnight. Combat? Don't know why combat rather than just searching or something like that. But that's fine. It can say combat all it wants, because nothing to do with us at all. Probably. Still says combat. But yeah, nobody's combating us. It's probably fine. Yeah, now we're just hunted. Although we shouldn't even be hunted, because we shouldn't be compromised in any way. We'll just leave the area to be on the safe side. And that would have been a perfect run, if not for the accidental T So I'm going to treat it as though it was a perfect run, and I'm going to be pleased with my performance. Let's just double check that I do remember the save code properly now as well. Wonderful, it was 0118. We are compromised, yeah. How are we compromised? Doesn't make any sense unless someone was peering at us through the floor. But then they didn't find the body, and that's the main thing. So let's just dip. And there you have it. We got quite a few objectives complete on each of those, despite not having any gear on us. It did take a little longer than usual. There was quite a lot running around that you're not going to see, thanks to the magic of editing. The main thing is we're making progress. We've achieved at least one objective on each level. And we're going to come back next time and work our way through another 4 levels. So until then, thanks very much for watching, friends. I'll see you soon.